1,
2,
2, 3. Sorry.
Just drink until it doesn't hurt. I don't even know where to start. I don't know. I don't remember.
Theo, you piece of shit!
That's right. He is a piece of shit. He is one.
Ow!
Don't hurt yourself. Theo is a huge piece of shit. He's a huge evil piece of shit. And he is in fact working with the Dread Doctors, which is about the only question that actually got answered this episode, as opposed to the 10 other questions that got raised.
I'm gonna kill him.
Shh. Yep.
I'm gonna kill him. He is the reason that Donovan is gonna go after Stiles.
That's true.
And I'm gonna teleport myself into the television. And I'm gonna kill him.
Donovan to Papa Stilinski is Brittany to Theo.
Just dead.
But
Gone.
Major props to Cody Christian.
True.
Because Theo was terrifying in this episode.
So terrifying.
I was terrified. That's the only word I can think of.
He walked into that room with Donovan the file, and he was totally fine, and I was like, this is not gonna be good. I hate Theo, so I love you.
Yeah, no, great, good job. Round of applause, bow down to you.
But you know what? What I have to say to Theo is, like, where do you score on the psychopath scale? Because for someone looking so far down on Donovan, for scoring so high on the psychopath scale that he couldn't be a police officer, you smashed someone's hand with a hammer.
She's right.
I really don't think that you're too far down on that scale either.
She's right.
And I know you're going after Kara, but we'll get to that later.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's a thing. So the big question with Theo is, though, he's obviously working with the doctors, but
Why?
did the doctors make him? And that's why? Or was he just with the doctors from the start?
And if the doctors made him, he's
What
a
is
werewolf who can turn into a wolf. And what else? Slight supernatural nerd moment, because we got chimeras, and then what did they call Lucas? Because what they called Lucas was not the name that I saw.
Something with an S.
But I'm sort of bitter because both of the supernatural creatures that we learned about today were things that I submitted for the creature feature.
So that's a thing. Banshee powers are
way too intact because I couldn't win a contest because they had already written what I suggested they do. Please.
Yep.
Please. I'm just really interested to learn how they're really doing that. I don't even know if we're going to get an explanation. Because, like, if you're injecting people with supernatural DNA and supernatural powers, then I don't know how that overcomes the Mountain Ash part. But
I guess the supernatural, like, gene or whatever doesn't affect the still human gene that allows them to cross the
right, because they still probably have
the human
their
DNA.
human DNA.
Yeah,
okay.
it's adding. They're not taking away or changing the fact that they're human.
That's
they're
valid.
adding the supernatural.
Okay, go.
Liam! My baby boy! I'm so proud of him. He took down that scorpion man, Lucas, whatever the hell its name was.
Yep, you're good.
He took down Lucas and made him chill out for a little bit.
Pay.
Yep. And he was talking to Brett. Him and Brett are now friends, and he was being Mason's hot flight attendant. And even
that was by far my favorite part. Let's talk about the fact that we now have parallel scenes between Scott and McCall being the hot girl at school, and also Liam being the hot flight attendant.
Yes, he is.
someone make an edit on that. If there isn't an edit on
There's gonna be
Tumblr by the time I
yes.
log on, we're gonna have problems. And then I'm gonna have to make it, and it's not gonna be nearly as pretty. So please, someone else do it for me.
There's gonna be 10,000 of them, don't you worry.
Good.
And even with him and Hayden, you know, he, like, handled that well. Like, he's, like, she's so, like, angry towards him, and he's just kind of, like, taking it and, like, letting it happen. He's not being angry back at her, which is such a big improvement because he has anger issues, and I'm just so proud of him.
That's so true.
I know!
Props to the Teen Wolf writers for making me care about Hayden, because I really was upset with her last week.
I didn't like her, and
the
now
week
I do.
Before that, I'm still not sure whether or not it's actually legal in California law for a 16-year-old to work at a bar.
I don't think it is.
Whether or not it
sure.
is, you know, illegal employment happens all the time. That could be a thing that happens.
They could. They also might explain it. I doubt they will, but they might. There's more scenes in that club. I know it from the trailer.
But at least in New York, you're not allowed to serve alcohol until you're 18. So either Hayden got left back a couple years early on in her life,
or she has connections.
She's breaking the law. Either way, it was an effective storyline that made me care about her and her financial business.
Yes.
And the asshole who works behind the bar, who I hope Liam steps to.
But yeah,
in a safe way, because I don't want Liam to get hurt. Or the bartender to get hurt, because Liam hurting people is not good. I'll stop talking so you can continue your sentence now.
I was not a fan of Hayden, but now I am definitely warming up to her because clearly she is pissed off at Liam, but, you know, she's not angry at everybody. That's not her personality. It's just she's holding a grudge, and she is just trying to do her best to deal with her struggles, and I do like her. I do like her now.
Now let's just hope that she's supernatural because she's supernatural.
It's not. That's not going to be
because
it.
Of the doctors.
That's not going to be it, and I know it, and I'm going to be so angry about it.
If you do it, I'm going to punch you like I want to punch Theo. And that is a dangerous place to be.
I just want to know what she is.
So dangerous.
I just want to know.
Speaking of wanting to know who people are.
Parrish?
Parrish!
What?
What are you doing?
What?
What is happening? I'm so confused.
Part of me is like, did the doctors get to him? But also the doctors haven't been a thing in the past 2 seasons that he was there. And that can't... What? Just what? We knew he was dreaming about taking the bodies to the Nematon. We were like, maybe he's accidentally killing them.
When I saw the dream, I thought he was accidentally killing people. Now I'm sort of ready to go onto Google and look to fire deities who are helpful to helping people cross over into the afterlife. Because if he's bringing supernatural creatures to the Nematon, presumably on fire, I can only assume that it's something to help them cross over.
But yeah, I don't know if he's like sacrificing them or something, or if he's trying to heal them and bring them back to life, or maybe he's turning them back to human? I don't know. I have no idea.
Known as the Devourer, taking the form of part lion, crocodile, and hippopotamus.
I don't think that's him.
Mama Martin's alive.
Mama Martin is alive.
She told Lydia that all she saw was some lunatic girl trying to kill anyone, but I really hope that she saw more than that, and she was aware of the tail, but was smart enough to know that she shouldn't say anything about the tail, the fangs, and the eyes and the claws in front of the hospital nurses.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
I don't think that's true either, but I'm gonna be hopeful, because Natalie deserves to know, and she deserves to have the sheriff help her through her journey into the supernatural, and we deserve to have Sheriff Stilinski and Natalie Martin together.
Yes. Wait, I have to do it.
Do it.
Stydia!
We deserve it. It was an incredible moment, even as someone who doesn't normally ship Stydia. It was an incredible moment, and in that moment, I was ready for them to be together.
Oh my god. And like, the thing is, it's like, it wasn't strictly like Stydia in terms of like, oh my god, they're totally in love with each other, la 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 la. It's just, Stiles cares about Lydia so much, and we really haven't seen that in a while because, you know, Stiles is usually more with Malia now. Lydia's usually either off on her own or with Parrish, and so, you know, like, you don't really get to see their dynamic anymore, which I'm kind of upset about because the studio dynamic, even just as, like, comedic relief, I always loved it. It's great. I love them being detectives together. I love them going back and forth. I love them. And so I was really happy to see that, you know, he still really, really cares about Lydia. That hasn't changed. And, you know, he like, literally was just, he couldn't do anything. And to see, like, that look of pure, like, horror and panic on his face, he was just frozen in shock. He didn't know what to do. And then, to make matters worse, Theo did.
Theo was able to do something. And that is another reason that I'm hugely not a fan of Theo. Because of not only the fact that he's sicking Donovan on Stiles.
He is doing whatever he can to get to Stiles.
But he knows that Stiles' worst fear, and it has been since season 1, but we haven't talked about it much, but we all know that way back in season 1, way back in season 2, Stiles had a huge fear and insecurity of being the only human in this huge pack of supernatural creatures, and he felt like he couldn't really do anything. And now here comes Theo, some guy from their past who Malia thinks is hot, who was able to save Lydia's life, who is friends with Scott, who is a werewolf.
And the thing is, though, he saved Lydia's life in a non-supernatural way. Which is what makes it even worse. Because Stiles was too shocked, too stunned, too scared to do anything. And then Theo comes along and does what he couldn't. Which is another punch in the gut.
Why do you have to do that to me? Why?
Blame the writers.
Now I'm in pain.
Blame the writers.
God damn it.
It's the writers. And then Lydia asking Parrish to teach her how to fight.
Yeah! I'm so ready for it.
I am so here for it. I am so about it. I cannot wait. Once Parrish stopped sacrificing people to the Nemeton.
Right.
And burning them on
doing.
alive.
I am a little bit more assured that about the whole plot that I thought was going to happen about no one believing Malia. Because Scott has now seen them in person, and Kira has now seen them in person, and Liam and Mason and Brett have all seen them in person. So I'm really glad we're not going down the road of making Malia a pariah and Theo being the only person who believes her, because everyone has seen the doctors except for Stiles and Lydia. So hopefully that is okay.
And it's fine because apparently next week we're going to Eichen House, where I'm sure everyone will see the doctors.
I hate that. So you can't even imagine how much I hate that unless you go back to the episode video that is Echo House and you see me run to the bathroom on the verge of vomiting. Then you might understand how much I hate that idea.
There's one more thing we need to talk about.
What is that? What is that?
Kira.
Right. So nervous about that. Oh my god, wait, before we get to the sad stuff, can I do the happy stuff?
Yes.
Because Scott says he loves her!
And then she went and killed someone.
Kira, I love you! And then Kira ran in and she was like, okay, I know you weren't really thinking about it just then, but you said it, and I really want to talk about it because you said it, and I know you didn't mean it, but you said it. And Scott was like, what? I'm trying to save people's lives right now. I don't know what you're talking about. And then Kira tried to kill someone. So I don't like that, but I'm totally here for the Scira love. Because, oh my god, I actually just physically died inside. I just died. My entire soul just flew up out of my mouth, burst into flames like Kira's kitsune form, and it's dead now.
But
it's dead. I have no soul.
I am very concerned because the fox in her is definitely getting carried away. She is not really doing well with controlling it, and Scott only just seemed to barely be able to rein that back in, so worried about that.
How is the conversation that Kira had with her parents in the first episode gonna tie in and be relevant at all to this season? I do not know if the riders collecting souls are going to be the doctors, or if
Parrish.
Or it could be
Parrish.
Or it could be Kira, who suddenly seems intent on killing everything in her path. So there are just a lot of questions that I have.
No, oh my god, Parrish. That's it. That's gotta be it.
I can yell about Stiles and Donovan more.
That's fine.
What sort of creature has a mouth in their fucking hand?
Ooh.
Donovan, what did they even turn you into? Because I'm really nervous and really upset. What the hell was that? It made me very nervous, and I don't First of all, I mean, I don't even want you eating any sort of flesh out of Styles' shoulder, but if your hand-to-mouth has any more powers besides just teeth and a digestive system,
Ew.
if you're anything like the guy from the first episode who could just suck people's souls out through their shoulder blades, I'm actually gonna be dead. Next video, you will actually witness my death. That's basically Banshees.
And that's basically it.
Arroo!
Happy 2,000 subscribers!
Yeah! Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you want to know what Donovan is, you should go watch the After show. Because some super cool people from the set are going to tell you.
It's pretty gross.
It's disgusting.
The grossest.
The thing is disgusting. The After show isn't disgusting. Thanks, Morgan.